Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Alright, let's do the last of 3 reaction videos to Amber from People World of Nier Reincarnation. I'll link to the other 2 parts below. The first was about mostly Leon and Udil, the second was mostly about Mama and the cage, and this third will be about what's next of the game, or what's left, depending on how you want to phrase it. I am more familiar with the lore of the Yoko-verse than I was 3 years ago, but I still feel like I don't know enough to put together all the hints and stuff from different media, so I'll leave that to other people. I saw someone on Twitter say, "Oh, the cage characters are going to Earth. I wonder if they'll meet original Emil," and I was like, I have no idea what that is. However, we can think about what's next through the lens of my area of expertise, Japanese mobile gaming, and we can think about like what future releases there might be. Comments here are open for your theories, but as always, no future information like leaks or data mines, please. It's been fun to see everyone's reactions since we are all playing this together, and times like these demonstrate a good side of both social media and mobile games. In the dark days before streaming and the internet, we would all watch the same TV program and then meet the next day at school or work and talk about it, and that is what this feels like now. Yoko Taro and the team understand the unique benefits of storytelling and just community experience through a mobile game, and are making both Nier Reincarnation and Sino Alice sing in that regard. Also, no spoilers for Replicant, please, since I am in the middle of playing that now, and that's what I'll be doing this weekend, immediately after I finish this video. And in the background, I'll be farming 063Y's quest, which is also offering large antlers, so I'll buff up my guys even more, hooray. Maybe the developers heard me endlessly complaining about subjugations and added these campaigns. If so, you're welcome. Alright, so story-wise, we have 3 threads hanging. Hina and Yuzuki, 10H and Pod 006, the cage characters in Mama. I know people freak out when I talk about the game shutting down, but the end looks close, not just considering the story, but also considering the poor sales and the new Square Enix CEO shutting down a bunch of mobile games. And I'm wondering how much we will get of each before the end. Will we get another main story chapter late January or early February? That's what I'm thinking. Beyond 3rd anniversary, that looks pretty murky, and that's not just me talking. Nobody honest is saying the game is in a great place from a lifespan point of view. But let's pull on those threads, let's think about how each could go. I'm thinking 10H will be mostly a story character. We might control her like walking around, but I don't expect her to get banner costumes to use in battle. There might be like a handout version of her, like a 2-star or 3-star, but if they start putting out 4-star Hatcher costumes of her, I'm sure people would be like, "Cash grab, how dare you try to get us to spend on a character we can only use for a month." I could see there being a handout 006. But story-wise, whereas in the short story, 10H and Pod 006 were at odds, moving forward I can see them working together, since they now will have a common goal of restarting humanity on Earth, I guess? We might get some story within the moon base and them making preparations, or like the actual journey to Earth. What I'm wondering is where exactly in the timeline is Nier Reincarnation? Is this attack on the cage the same as the machine lifeform destruction of the moon base that they talked about at the end of Automata? And like, are we going to see Adam and Eve on their spaceship? Are they going to come to the moon? In that Automata ending, they said that they took that data and were going to go out into the stars. Are 10H and 006 going to join them, in their journey to the stars? Or will they say goodbye and then go to Earth instead? Or is Nier Reincarnation like way before that or way after? I don't know. We'll see, hopefully. And then let's talk about Mama, who is Pod 006. She is carrying the 20 cage characters in her, like babies in her womb. Makes the Mama name even more meaningful. A commenter asked me what I meant by wanting the cage characters to be able to grow and change, and what I mean is I want them to be truly human, not just androids or programs or data. I made a philosophy video with Automata as a backdrop, I'll link to that below, about what is human, and what I lay out in there is pretty much what I'm hoping for the cage characters. During my time in the Yokoverse, I have heard rumors of a Gestalt project, which seems to have failed. It might have been to create people, and these 20 cage characters might be successes of that project, but I don't want to know any more than that. Let me finish Replicant, If this makes sense, just nod your head and we'll move on. But as far as stuff in Nier Reincarnation, I wonder if we will get playable stuff on the moon base, or on a spaceship, or on Earth itself. The cage is damaged or destroyed, so I wonder how much more, if any, we will see inside of it. I also do not expect much on Earth, because I don't think there is enough time left in the game to introduce such a big area in a satisfying way. If the game were making money hand over fist, then I could see an entire arc playing out on Earth, following the cage characters doing, I don't know what, fighting machine life forms or rebuilding the world, but it's not, so I want to count that out. And finally, we have Yuzuki and Hina, who are presumably still in the cage. They have a true ending, which is missable. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the map and select Point 4, Quest 10, in the last chapter, and keep repeating that until a new option comes up. If their part is taking place at the same time, then the cage would be falling apart, if not already destroyed. And I keep thinking back to the end of the dramatic recital at the 2nd anniversary. I'll link to my translation below. But Mama suspects Yuzuki and Hina are threats to the cage, and suggests isolating them or restricting them. And it seems Papa and Black Mama are tasked by the White Mama to deceive them, and not really tell them what they are really doing or why. Maybe the Dark Memory stories offer a clue, but perhaps Hina and Yuzuki are fated to quote-unquote die within the cage in order to protect who Mama is carrying. Yuzuki and Hina may end up being the most tragic characters of all, mere puppets of fate. So I think that covers story stuff for now. We can end the video thinking about more gameplay-related releases. I do not expect Recollections of Dusk quests for the Sun Moon characters, but I sincerely hope we get Griff, F66X, and Argo. If they release them one a month, that might take it beyond 3rd anniversary, so they might speed up the release schedule. That will be something to watch. F66X might be the biggest deal world-wise, or like Nier-wise. It might reveal more about the origins, or truth of androids, or cloning, or the big gray women, or whatever. As far as subjugations, I wonder if they would release the giant gray woman as a boss, either as a skin or something with all new attack patterns. We got a glimpse of that in the story. Again, if there's not a lot of time left in the game, that would make introducing a new boss with new attack patterns unlikely, but also something to keep an eye out for. I expect no changes or additions to Arena. I also do not expect any new systems or character upgrades or game modes before 3rd anniversary either. As for Karma, they said all costumes would get it. Maybe they would do a giant dump like they did with Awakenings, but I'm not expecting that either. As far as banners, this was another kind of unspoken prediction or like worry that I had. I was wondering if they were actually going to release Christmas and New Year's. We did get Christmas, that's a good sign. I'm hoping they also release New Year's costumes, but I have to wonder if that will be the final limited banner. Mobile gacha games that are kind to their users and don't just suddenly shut down one day without warning will turn off the monetization some weeks or months before the end, and after New Year's they may announce the shutdown, and also announce in-game purchases will be turned off, and banners for gems will end, and they'll refund, pay gems, that kind of a thing. And then, I hope for a live stream sometime during December, but they might be pretty busy. Looking at how crazy this chapter of People World was, they're clearly putting in a lot of effort and time, and that will probably continue through to 3rd anniversary. Producer Saito might do a Christmas live stream, but he keeps saying this time is the last time, but it would be great timing to talk about Reincarnation, so here's hoping. I just hope we get something in December, please. Again, it's been fun seeing people's reactions. I see them saying, this isn't a mobile game, this is Nier. And it shows that Yoko Taro and the team have pretty successfully upended what people can expect from a mobile game, that it can be art. I also see a lot of people talking about a console game, either a redo of Reincarnation, with different battle of course, or a continuation of the story. And among the people talking about this are the head scenario writer for People World. He said, and I quote, "If in the future there were a Nier Reincarnation console game or novelization, it would not be exactly the same as the mobile Nier Reincarnation, so I hope everyone plays this now." End quote. He is very much hedging his language and committing to nothing, but it is interesting. Okay, the time in between now and 3rd anniversary should be something. let's enjoy this journey together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.